live from Studio 6B on a Monday night, Real America's Voice. Welcome to the program. Like I said, on a Monday night, Dish Network Channel 219, Pluto TV, Channel 470, 1175 on Samsung TV Plus. You can also watch the show on the Roku channel as well as Distro TV. And don't forget to follow us on all of the socials. We're talking about Facebook, Twitter, X, YouTube, the Rumble, the Rumblers in the Rumble chat. You can also chat on all those as well. Don't forget about Getter and the Getter chat, our biggest community so far online. We're growing all the others as well. Did I mention YouTube? I think I did. And Facebook and Twitter. Yeah, everybody's out there. We're growing all these chats. We try to visit them every single night, so make sure you jump into one of them if that's the way you consume the show. Great. If you watch the show on TV and then say, you know what, I'm going to jump online on my phone, I'm going to send them a message, hey, you guys stink, and you can send that along too. As you can see, Slick Rick is running just a little bit late, but sitting here once again, third time in a row. Holy moly, what have we done? What have we done so right to be able to welcome our guest, Kevin Downey Jr. back? How are you, my friend?
Thank you, sir. Great to be back. I'm always, if I'm free and there's an opening, I'll be here. I'll never say no to the lads at live from Studio 6B.
All right, well, good to hear. Hopefully you had a very nice weekend. Happy Father's Day weekend to all the fathers out there who may have missed the show on Friday. What'd you do over the weekend? Did you have any good fun?
Yes, I went day drinking, took a nap, and went night drinking. I had one of those rare weekends off from comedy and said, I'm just going to be an idiot.
Nice. Now, did you do that both days or just one?
Just Saturday. And I chronicled it. You can go to my Facebook if you want to see me getting progressively drunker throughout the day. And that's all I did.
All right.
And Slick Rick was on my radio show today.
That's right. He's going to be here any minute, so we'll wait for him to get here so you guys can talk about that. Now, of course, Kevin, tell everybody a little bit about yourself if they're just seeing you for the first time or they want to find out. It's like, all right, we've seen this guy a couple times. He's all right. Let me follow him.
No.
Where can they find out about it?
No, I've finally earned it. You can find me at pjmedia.com, where I'm a writer there, and I've got a new piece up about how Yuri Bezmenov completely warned us that our knucklehead friends on the other side of the aisle will not be able to discern between real and garbage news. And you can listen to me every Monday through Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. Go to linewsradio.com for the Kevin Downey Jr. Show. That's Eastern Standard Time. Thank you.
Yes. And now tell me about this article. About Yuri Bezmenov?
Yeah, Yuri Bezmenov, the KGB defector.
Yes. I've seen that video a few times, too.
Yeah. He spelled it out, and we ignored him at our own peril. That was dumb. So I've been tangling with idiots on Facebook again, leftoids, morons who refuse to believe. And I think I may have mentioned recently, two of them said, well, Trump said to take horse pills. Why would you vote for that guy? And that Hunter's laptop, I mean, they all said it was real, so I still think it might be real. And another one said, Trump put a nationwide ban on abortion, and all of these things that did not happen.
Right.
And one guy said, there's no CRT being taught. So I laid down a link from the superintendent of Detroit School saying, oh, man, are we using it? We're using it a lot. We're using it in social studies here, and we're doing it here. And and they just won't accept they've been lied to. They can't say, wow, I'm wrong. And they just double and triple and quadruple down on stupidity. And Yuri Bezmenov's right. You cannot convince them that they've been lied to.
Yeah.
I'm the bad guy.
Because that's the problem. It's worse for them to admit that they believe the lie.
Yep.
Than to just accept the fact that they've been lied to. It's the craziest thing, but I understand how that works. And I've got your article up in front of me right now. And it's just the most amazing thing because people just cling to their beliefs.
Yeah.
It's the horse pill guy. You know, it's like that was debunked the day it was said.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's a horse paste. No, it's not. The government's been issuing it since it came out for 50 years.
Exactly.
Especially to troops when they're serving overseas.
I think another part of it, Rick, they hate intensely. And these lies they must believe because it will validate their hatred.
Right.
Trump's evil. We're right-wing lunatics. We're all the things that's wrong in the world. And they're better than us. Whatever it is. Better than we, I think. My grammar's off. So, yeah, they need that. It's a self-esteem issue, too, I think. Not to mention the whole Yuri Bezmenov. You're not going to know what to think. And I think so.
Well, I was saying that the other night when you had your lovely fiance here with us, and she admitted that she was a Hillary Clinton voter.
Yeah,
she was a Democrat, just like you used to be.
I used to be, yeah.
And it was this evolution of something that happens where you just said put on Rush, and she started listening, and it started to make sense. She's like, why does this guy make? It was probably like in her head going, why does this guy make sense to me?
Yeah. Right? Absolutely. And you know what a key giveaway was? Well, first, a good friend talked me out of being an idiot. But we were sitting around the bar being all liberals like we do. And there's these Christians won't let gay guys get married. That's bad. And I go, yeah, that's bad. Like these Muslims are tossing them off buildings. That's really bad, right, everybody? And they all went, oh, hey, a little Islamophobic there. Tony. Like, no, they're killing them. Oh, sorry. We got us a Nazi here.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing, but people cling to their belief system. It's what they have. Like I was saying, I was Mr. Team USA. Yeah, we're kicking ass, we're taking names. Whatever the government wants to do, I'm all there. And then after a while, I start thinking, hey, well, that's not really so good now, is it?
Yeah.
and like, what are we doing there? Why are we doing that? That doesn't seem like I started to, once I got past the shine of the Team USA logo blaring in my face, I was like, wait, hold on a second. That seems to be bad.
Yeah.
Why do we do that?
Yeah, I think we finally found that right combination of not being too far this way or that way, but sort of in the middle going, all right, now we see it.
Right.
We see the bad and the good, but they can't leave that. They can't...
Yeah, there are certain people I know that are that way. They're just like, no, it's this way, and that's the way. It's like,
yep,
you can't. Those are the people you can't convince. It's going to be, you can say, okay, Biden's got us on the verge of World War III. No, he doesn't. He's the most peaceful person.
Yeah.
He's trying to bring everything together. All right, the bomb has to basically detonate in their front yard.
Yeah.
For them to go, okay, maybe you were on to something.
Yeah, exactly.
And even then, they'll be like, but it wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault my kids got drafted. We got to save Ukraine. We can almost find it on a map. Are we in any way in cahoots with them? They're not in NATO.
No, they're not.
They're just a country that we can pour money into. And I think some of the politicians get some of that back. I think there's a little laundry.
Yeah, that's basically the world's laundromat, I believe.
Yep.
Or the West laundromat, where you see all the the European countries as well as us pouring money into Ukraine. What do you get out of that? Because all I see is crap.
Yeah, I'm not even seeing good war videos.
No. If you notice, there have never been good war videos coming out of Ukraine.
No, and not to be grotesque because they weren't good, but I saw way more of October 7th. On October 7th,
yes,
than I've seen in 2 years of this war with Russia. And I love when they say he's going to take over Poland next. He's going to go through Europe. He can't even beat Ukraine.
Yeah. And whether that's the goal or not, I don't know. It seems a little odd that, they wouldn't have just steamrolled Ukraine by this point. It's like, well, why is that happening?
Exactly.
And it's not because it's almost like, and I think it was a movie, Spies Like Us. I know, I'm dating myself. With Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase, where they land in the desert. They're supposed to, be undercover CIA agents, and I guess they're trekking through the desert and they're watching. I think in the distance they can see, some of the jets that we sold to the Arabs, and they're rolling them down a hill because they don't know how to fly them.
Oh,
right. I've always looked for that scene. I'm like, that scene is. I've seen that scene in a movie, and I think it's Spies Like Us. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're in the chat, if you know what that scene is from, where you see the Middle Easterns that they're pushing the jets down a hill to roll it into the other jets.
Yeah.
Maybe the Russians sold the other side so they can crash into each other. That was their dogfight.
That's great.
It was insane. But yeah, when you talk about that, when you talk about, the deep fake, claim that the administration is now making, we'll get into that in just a little bit.
Okay.
Because of course, I guess the big story is Joe Biden freezing on a Hollywood stage Saturday night. Did you see that video?
He's like an extra from Walking Dead. He's just like,
yeah, who didn't hear cut?
Yeah.
Right.
And the Bamster had to save him. I'm kind of shocked he did. Because I heard they don't like each other.
They hate each other.
Yeah.
But I think it was, it's just like, all right, let's get out of here. And maybe that's his deal. He's like, all right, I'll make sure I grab him. You know, it's like they take turns.
Yeah.
It's like they drew straws.
Someone's got to watch Grandpa.
Yeah, somebody's got to watch Grandpa. I got to get him through. I think, and I heard, who was it? Oh, I think it was on the 5. I think it was one of those guys talking about how the debate on the 27th, that is it. That is the goal. They want to see how he does there. And I actually have I think a story written. Maybe that's where I saw it. I think it was the Daily Mail. Let me pull this up real quick.
Okay.
Let's see. Joe Biden, Daily Mail, Democrat plot Biden replacement. Yes, here it is.
Yep.
This is where I saw it. Secret Democrat plot, it says, from the Daily Mail to replace Biden revealed how Clinton, Obama, Pelosi, and Schumer would topple the aging president and when they would do it. And going through this, of course, they talk about what happened Saturday night. Blah, blah, blah. Dropping out would be a big risk, they say, but there's some threshold below which continuing to run is a bigger risk, according to polling guru Democrat Nate Silver. Are we there yet? He says, I don't know, but it's more than fair to ask. And then it says here, oh my goodness, where is it? Now I go blah, 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 blah. Now, a last-ditch effort by Biden's backers to silence his critics inside the party may be proved to be his undoing. They're saying it's the debate performance. While an efficient debate performance by Biden could help rally Democrats behind him, a significant misstep would only stoke more replacement chatter, former Clinton advisor and polling expert Mark Penn suggested on CNN. They've deliberately thrown down the gauntlet, Kevin.
This is it. I agree,
For
man.
the early debate, it says here, according to Penn, and I think that's going to be the point in which Americans judge, is he ready for another 4 years? The only people who could force him out would be Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer, one strategist told the Daily Mail. It'd have to be the four of them collectively, and the process would be high risk. One consultant described the difficulty of level of replacing their candidate as similar to turning around that doomed container ship that hit the bridge. Other party insiders concede a candidate swap could work if everything was carefully planned and executed. So,
who would it be, though?
Who would it be? That's the question.
I say Hillary.
Some people are now floating Hillary Clinton's name.
You know, I was hanging out with this guy, Slick Rick, today on the Kevin Downey Jr. show, and we talked about how she showed up at the Tony Awards.
Yes.
Gave a little speech in her muumuu. I'm worried.
And that could be the first, salvo.
Yeah.
Shot across the Biden bow.
Yep.
Not the dead son, the bow of the ship.
What about Kamala?
Kamala, see, that's where they run into a problem, because here you have the first black female, and they're going to pass her over for this old white battle axe, retread
for a colonizer.
Yes, I don't know about that. We'll dive more into this, and we do have clips of the frozen Joe Biden. We'll get to that. We'll get to Karine Jean-Pierre, her response. Slick Rick is here. He'll have sports. We'll do a whole show for you, believe it or not. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, on a Monday night. Stay there. It's a locket of hair from her chest.
Live on the socials.
Oh, I got a special gift too. Oh my goodness, what did I get? I think it's money.
I walked into. After you. I had to go to my chiropractor. I walk in. Woman goes, "Oh my God, Slick Rick, I love you." She goes, "I watch your show every night. Me and my husband." So funny.
Nice.
Was she? I guess she was a patient.
Yeah, she was a patient of the doctor, but man, it was like she recognized me right away. She almost had one of those moments, like, "Oh my God," it was so cute.
Did you get a picture?
No, I don't.
She didn't take a picture?
I don't do that. Yeah, so she was lovely though, and she said I'm her favorite on the show.
Whoa.
Well, that's
smile.
because she was right in front of your face. That's why.
She said she said that smile, and I said, she watches the show. Yeah, that was cute.
No.
Hey, Aaron and Fran, is Harry here or no? I didn't think so. Not that he would help us out.
You know how
anyway.
I find it on
I mean, really, what is he going to do?
Support us. That's what he said.
Oh, support. What do you think? Should I mention? Because people are probably asking in the chat. I haven't signed in yet.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
That's something.
What are they asking?
About Damon.
Oh. How do I find it?
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the Getter chat.
Go on Together.
So I'm here now. I'm on your page.
Thank you.
And
I'm really good at this social media shit.
I am really bad. Maybe it's this one. Endorse this Getter ID. Do I need that?
I don't think so.
Another gift. Look at this gift. Ooh, what a nice little.
Wait, I think I found it.
Howdy, Rumblers, on a
No, it's a
Monday
video.
night. Let me try YouTubes now. On the YouTubes. How much time do we have? 50 seconds till we go live.
Uh-oh. Yeah,
We're
I
on
can't.
the YouTubes. We invite you to join us. I would like a grilled cheese sandwich.
It says 1 hour ago. Is that not?
No, that's not us.
Okay.
Here, let me take a look. So you're on Getter?
Yes.
Let's see, where are your notifications? You go to your notifications, you go to live stream up here.
Ah,
Then
okay.
you scroll down. Oh, you got all Rudy Giuliani's notifications. You don't have ours.
I don't know how I got that.
All right, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Monday night. I guess we need to address this because it is, I kind of glossed over it in the first segment. Damon's not here. I don't know if you noticed that. I don't know if you picked up on it. If I kind of slid it
I
past
thought
you.
he colored his hair.
Yeah.
And grew it out a bit.
Lost 50 pounds and colored his hair.
Yeah.
No, Damon had an emergency.
Oh, jeez.
With his eye again.
Yeah, Fran
There was
was just
another
filling
eye
me in.
issue. So he was rushed into surgery this morning, and we're hope to I guess knock on glass, and hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully it went well. I think we would have heard of it if it didn't go well. So hopefully he's home resting. But he could be out the rest of the week. So we'll do our best to fill in everything for him while he recuperates. And, we'll see. I'm sure he'll be checking in with us throughout the week, at least by text, or maybe he'll FaceTime us. But it's again, one of those things where, the eye, his eye situation, I guess it just popped this morning and all of a sudden, boom. So he was rushed in. So hopefully they were able to take care of it, and, he'll be making a full recovery.
Yeah, he pulled out last time, so he'll
Yeah.
pull out this time.
So
man,
that's what we're looking at. As you can tell,
Life.
Slick Rick has joined us. He is now in the studio. How are you, my friend?
I've had better weeks. Some of the folks on the Getter chat and a lot of the fans will know that I had a passing in my life. My bird Hannibal, who was 25 and a half years old, passed away suddenly and unexpectedly last Sunday on the 9th. And my wife, it took a few days. We wanted to get the necropsy done, and we're going to bury him on tomorrow at 3:00 in the afternoon. And very important. Our parrots and our pets are part of our life. We
I know
about Harrison and
Yep.
we lose a pet. There's nothing like it. Hannibal was actually a national sensation. He had almost 300,000 followers on Instagram. He was known all over the world. He won several bird contests.
Really?
And, he was exceptional. He was in Vogue magazine with my wife years ago, and he was in a children's book. Very, very popular parrot that we lost. And I appreciate having a minute or two. A lot of the people in the chat have been so gracious to send their well wishes and their love. And I just want to let you know that these unfortunate circumstances do happen. As with Big D, life just keeps dealing us these curveballs, and we have to do our best to kind of navigate around them, Rick, and learn to live alongside them, especially when we're dealing with the death of a loved one. And indeed, that was a death of a loved one for me and my wife, because we don't have children.
Right.
And these are our fids. We call them our feathered kids, and we call them fids, and they mean the world to us. So thank you for asking. And it's been a trying time, but doing the best to move on.
Yeah, wow. I had no idea. I guess you were kind of keeping that close to the
Yeah, I
the
did.
vest.
It's actually a picture of the great Hannibal. This is a bird that's about 30 inches long. It's the largest flying parrot in the world, the hyacinth macaw. And I know this isn't a pet show, but he's a big part of my life. Exceptional guy. And 25 and a half years old. Gone way too soon. He should have lived another God knows how long.
Really? How long do they normally live?
Well, Rick, they can live up to 50, 60 years.
Really?
They're finding they are living a little bit less in captivity. But then I have a black palm cockatoo who could live to be 80 or 90 in captivity. My bird Maui, who is 4 years old, who is another really, sensational guy. He had a video a couple weeks ago. My wife posted. He had 5 million views.
Are you
so
serious?
These guys are little rock stars.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Do you will them to other people?
Absolutely. 1,000%. They have their own everything. They're going to be set for life, I would hope. Yeah, thanks to my wife, not me. I'm a spender. I buy all the shoes,
And the jackets.
And the jackets and everything else that goes with it. But yeah, So thank you for giving me the moment. I know I don't want to bring the show down at all, but you did mention about Big D, and our vulnerability is, it's just part of life, when it's something we really have to, sit down and acknowledge and appreciate and support. And Big D will get back on his feet, though. He's a tough cat. I know he'll be back.
Yeah, and of course, we send our condolences to you and your wife.
Thank you.
And the rest of the now, with a situation like that, the other birds kind of realize it, right?
Oh, no, without a doubt. They certainly do. I have Kramer, my African gray, 30 years old. You talk about that's like my son. And we're actually going to have a burial tomorrow. I have my dear friend Lenore, who's going to be who's an ordained minister. She's going to come and give them the last rites. We're going to actually bring a couple of the birds on their leashes, in their harnesses. And the entire funeral home, this woman's been there 29 years at the Pet Cemetery, beautiful cemetery, out on Long Island, Middle Long Island, Regency Forest. She said she's never seen pets come on a leash to bury a loved one. So we got them a beautiful plot, and we're gonna give them a good send off. That's what we're gonna do.
All right. Well, we wish you guys the best. And
Thank you, Rick.
That's sad news, but
terrible.
It sounds like and you make a great point, because pets are part of the family. I remind the kids all the time, like, look, make sure you take care of the dog. Take care of Harry. And I point out, I'm like, because he's just a part of your life, but we're his entire life.
Great.
So
listen, the way people treat animals tells you a lot about a person. And I don't want to make this a show that's for the birds, because I know we got to get on with other stuff. But honestly, that's the truth. You know a person by the way they treat their pet.
Yeah.
Hands down.
yeah.
So thank you for that moment, Rick.
Yeah, Mannequin Wizard on the YouTube says, I got my little dog's paw prints and his ashes. So,
Sure.
yep, we did the same when we lost Duke about a year or so ago, and it's rough. It's rough, because they are part of the family.
Totally.
So, anyhow, switching gears a little bit, Slick. I know we've got an NBA final game tonight, don't
Yes,
we?
you do. Game 5,
in
yeah,
Boston.
in the TD Garden. Boston looking to close it out, up 3-1. A little bit of a setback there, but you kind of figured Game 4, same thing happened in the NHL the other night, right? We saw the game on, what was that, Saturday night?
8-1.
Edmonton completely smoked them, right? Connor McDavid set a record for most assists in NHL history, topped the great, and I mean the great Wayne Gretzky, probably the greatest to lace them up. I don't even know if that's an argument anymore. But yes, and so same thing with Boston. I think Boston's going to be they're going to have a sense of urgency tonight, Rick. They're going to look to close it out. So the tip on that game is in about 10, 15 minutes. So we'll track that as well tonight.
All right, and it says here, Kristaps Porzingis is available.
Oh boy!
So he'll be coming back. So we'll keep tabs on that game. We'll do a full sports break in just a little bit, because I know you just got here. In the meantime, Kevin Downey Jr. So what was it like having Slick Rick on your show today? Because I mean, normally you do your show by yourself, or you have guests call in, right?
Yeah. So people are going nuts. People are going nuts. In Getter, the listeners and whatnot, people are sending the messages in. Everyone loved it.
Well, what'd you guys talk about besides his jacket?
He covered a lot. This guy covers, almost as much as we do, but he only had 1 hour. He said he needs 2 hours. I said, you certainly do. He covered a broad amount of topics.
Yeah, I breezed through it, sort of. Just I have an hour, so I want to get to it. And someone said, he goes, you guys have great chemistry.
Yes.
Which is, I think, what we have here, too. But
yes. We talked about that.
Yes. And Rick goes, how's about next time, 2 Ricks?
which we got tonight.
On the Kevin Downey Jr. show.
that's a lot of Ricks.
That's a lot of Ricks.
I
Yeah.
almost said the other word.
It's like a men's locker room. But honestly, I got to tell you, this guy.
It's like a Rick showing contest.
What a great radio host. The energy that this young man brings. The top. He's got guests coming in Minnesota, Seattle. They're calling in from all over the country. He is a tremendous energy and a fantastic radio host. And
Thank you,
so
sir.
glad to have him on the show. Great comedic mind as well.
Thank you.
And again, you can follow Kevin on his website. Find out more about his show. It's 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
On KevinDowneyJr.com.
KevinDowneyJrShow.com.
Kevin
You go there,
Downey
the
Jr.
link will take you right
Right.
to it. Yeah.
Exactly. What else can people expect to find on your website there, Kevin?
Well, when I start adding stuff on, which should have been about a year ago, you'll see more of my PJ Media articles and my comedy gigs coming up, my little skits, as they used to say.
All right.
Comedians hate when you say, "When's your next skit?"
When's your next skit?
We lose our mind.
When do you make the funny? That's when they ask. All right, we'll take a quick break. We got a guest coming up. We'll do that next. And also, more with, we'll do our first sports report, more with Kevin Downey Jr., and we'll just be saying hello to you guys in the chat. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. It's a Monday night. Stay there. All right, so it's Dr. James Thorpe, right?
Oh, he's good.
Okay. I was trying to scroll through to see who it was, and I just kept coming across live read stuff, and then
Your last
I
show.
overshot it.
Oh, thank you, Harry.
Hey, what's up, Harry? Harry made it.
Out of nowhere.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much for making it. Thank you for
Hey.
the support.
How you doing, Ashley? How are you? I'm doing good. How are you? Oh,
Hey, Ashley. How you doing? Good. So what's going on with Damon? What'd you find out? Does surgery went go? Good? Okay.
oh God.
So his good eye. Because the other one, right, the other one still has
Poor guy.
it still has the other lotion in there. Right. 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 Yeah, we got to figure it out. We don't
Because
have to do
I'm flying to Minneapolis. I got
Wednesday. Okay.
Thanks. I'm open all week. I got nothing.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you. Let me know. Rick, let me know.
If you want to come in tomorrow night, we'd love to have you.
All right, I'll be here.
There you go. We fixed it. See how I do that, Harry? Done. I don't dick around.
No.
I'm right on it.
You are.
What's funny though, Kevin, is that I texted you and you said, "Yeah, I'm good. I'll see you there."
Yeah.
Like before I could text Fran already knew. Right. Because then Harry called me.
And I said, "Oh, good. Oh, wow, this is great. Okay."
Yeah.
Harry called me before I had a chance to tell me. He goes, "So Kevin's going to be on the show tonight." I'm like, "How the fuck does he know?" Then I figured it out. I'm like, Fran must have saw the
I'm
post.
learning to promote.
Good.
I'm learning to promote. Yeah. Oh, great thing.
No doctor?
He was a killing it today. They loved him.
All right.
They loved him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
I
problem.
was on earlier today.
Cross pollination.
We had a great show. It was yeah, I thought so. It was fantastic.
Oh,
I
yeah. People
so
loved
enjoyed it.
All right, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Monday night. If you were in the chat, well, then you got to see Harry walk in front of the camera. I don't think you could see his face. You could just see the back of his head and his back. Because he's such a pro at TV. It's amazing. He knocks it out of the park every time he steps on stage.
And he knows who's going to be here before anyone else.
Yes. He's busy working behind the scenes. He was mentioning, we tried to get an update. He had heard from Damon about his surgery. Went well. He's due back on Wednesday for the second part of the surgery, and then hopefully all goes well. Fingers crossed. Damon could be joining us by Monday.
Oh, that's great.
So
that's great.
Nice.
That's the latest and the greatest from the great Harry on the Highway, Harry Oates. So we appreciate him coming in and giving us the breakdown.
Wow.
And we also just found out that Kevin Downey Jr. is going to be returning tomorrow night.
Wow, that's fantastic.
That's a record 4. That's a sweep. That's a sweep.
Like 4 in a row. Man, he's going to want to get paid soon. Better lose our number.
That would be nice, right?
He's sniffing around Friday for pizza again. Downey's pathetic. Get out of here.
Hey, since Slick is here, let's do some sports. And sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. You can go to MyPillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout. Make sure to take advantage of all the great deals that Lindell has set up. You know, the box stores are giving him crap, so he needs the support and the support of everybody here that watches the show. So we've teamed up with Mike. And again, if you do use our code at checkout, take that receipt, send it to us, and you will get the Trump shirt. The Trump. I don't have a copy of that shirt around, or else I'd show it to you. Damon's worn it a few times.
Yeah.
If you don't want the Trump shirt, you want the Biden shirt, you have to request the Biden shirt. I know, who wants a Biden shirt? But it's still a pretty funny shirt. So regardless, you're still going to get a free T-shirt. Just let us know which one you want. In the meantime, sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Slick Rick, what do you got?
Okay, we spoke about it earlier. Let's go right to the scoreboard. NBA Finals. This is it. The big daddy of them all. Could be a closeout. Game 5 tonight at the TD Garden. Park the cow back. And the Boston Celtics are hosting the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas wins tonight. We may have a game. We may have a series, Rick. We may be a game 6 down in the American Airlines Arena. And look out. It's over on ABC, but you want to stay on this channel. I'll keep you updated on the scores. Most of our audience can care less anyway. But Boston is up 3-1, as I said, and looking to close it out. So we'll see if there's going to be a big parade down in Boston this week. NHL, we'll just bring you up to date. The next game is tomorrow night. They had an extra travel day today. The Oilers and the Panthers. That is now a 3-1. Oilers with a dominating 8-1 win. But the old saying, Rick, is, you hope they didn't shoot their load on that one because, they weren't able to score a lot of goals. They weren't really able to get a lot of penetration against Bobrovsky, their great goalie on Florida. And then they just had 8 goals in one game.
Right.
And they were averaging less than 2 goals a game. So I don't know. Sometimes, you say, oh, could they have just saved a few runs or a few scores from the night before? Could I do it? It doesn't work that way, guys. That's not the way things happen in sports. So unfortunately, we'll see. But so 3-1 Florida. I think they're also in order to close things out down there tomorrow in Sunrise, Florida, and Ammirati Arena. That's a cool place. I saw Prince down there years ago. Really love that arena.
Regarding that game, I was watching that game over the weekend, and afterwards I heard some of the announcers talking that Edmonton was able to do something they hadn't been able to do the first 3 games, was get open space.
Open space, exactly.
And once they got that open space, that's why they, pumped in 8 goals.
Yeah.
In one game.
And they got good goaltending, which they haven't gotten either because their goalie hasn't been doing so great. But that Connor McDavid he could become a generational player. This could be the likes of a Wayne Gretzky, as I mentioned earlier, or a Mario Lemieux, possibly your Gordie Howe. This kid is an exceptional skater, dynamic speed. Slick Rick played hockey about 40 years, so I know a little bit about the game. And I think he's going to be a generational player. He broke the record for most assists in a Stanley Cup playoff series. So just an incredible Stanley Cup playoffs. So fantastic on that end. Let's get to a couple of baseball scores if we can, because baseball is still hot and heavy. The Phillies, your buddy, called in on the show today, right? Was he power washing? Bob was his name there?
Yeah, it's Patriot Bobby from
Patriot
Northeast.
Bobby. See, I remembered. Yeah, so he was saying, Slick Rick, who do you like in the World Series? And it better be the Phillies. And I says, he's right. They're in first place. They're rocking and rolling, and they're pounding the Padres right now. 8-1, end of 6. Patriots. That's football. Top of the 8th, we have the Marlins and Cardinals knotted up at 1. Red Sox over the Blue Jays 5-1, mid 5. Bottom 5, Pirates Pirates over my Reds 4-1. The Tigers and Braves, no score there, bottom 5th. Mets and Rangers, Mets up there 1-0 down in Texas, top of the 2nd over the Rangers. The Cubbies and Giants, no score there at Wrigley, top of the 3rd. Dodgers taking on the Rockies, 8:40, and there's a 9:38 first pitch. Brewers out in California taking on the Angels. We have time for a quick story. Well, here we go. You're not going to like this one, Rick. Boys take track and field titles from girls in 5 states. Warner Todd Houston, a Breitbart guy. Got to report it. Boys across 6 states have left girls in the dust and taken track and field titles and in other placing positions from them, despite being a tiny percentage of high school students. The 5 boys who claim to identify as girls have won titles in Connecticut, of course, New Hampshire, Maine, Oregon, and Washington. All really nice blue states, right? Yeah. According to the Washington Times, 3 other boys who competed but did not place first also took spots away from girls in events in the states of Connecticut, Hawaii, and Washington. The issue of transgender athletes in primary and secondary education has been contentious, to say the least. To date, 24 states have passed some measure of bans or restrictions on transgender athletes in state-sponsored schools and athletic contests, but the rest of the country has gone in the opposite direction. Furthermore, Joe Biden politicized Title IX rules have also mandated the inclusion of transgender athletes in all schools, quite despite any state regulations to the contrary. It is an imbalance that seems destined to be decided by the U.S. Supreme Court at some point. In the meantime, in many states, boys are rising to the top in girls' sports with rules mandating their participation. Winners include Lizzie Bidwell, a junior at Connecticut's Conrad High School, Mael Jacques, a sophomore at New Hampshire's Kearses Regional High School, Soren Stark. I hate to even mention these kids' names because they don't deserve the recognition. But pushback against transgenders competing against girls is growing. In May, transgender sophomore Aiden Gallagher was booed from the stands after winning the 200-meter dash in the Oregon School Activities Association track and field state championships. Well, how about Leah Thomas and the Olympics, the Olympic Committee banning her on a technicality, but finding a way to ban her from competing in the women's aquatic sports. So fantastic for that. Can school stop being so damn woke and get it together, Rick? And I know you were a track person back in the day, good track guy, right? Champion for one point.
It's one of those things where it's a very distinct advantage. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even close.
Mm-hmm. No,
not even close.
No.
You know what? If you have a kid, or if you're one of these kids that thinks, oh, you know what, I'm going to go be a girl because therefore I can win. Girl sports are not for mediocre or crappy boy athletes to go win.
No,
it's as simple as that.
No. So like I said, man, it's time for them to start their own league. I think that'd be fantastic. But they don't want to have it. Get a bunch of you fake girls, but boys in dresses. Get all the boys in dress. Get the boys in dress group together and go have your own race. Yeah. There you go. That'll be it. You could have the champion. The winner gets a new pair of pumps. How about that? You get that. Exactly. You get the trophy. Maybe maybe you walk around. You get a free corn dog when you win. I don't know what it is. You tell me. And it's heartbreaking for these young ladies because they work so hard. And, and I admire those young ladies who decided not to do the shot put contest, remember, a couple of weeks ago. And you do admire that. But then some of these girls, they work so hard and they're like, damn it, I got to get out there. I got to post. I got to get my time.
And I know I'm going to lose.
And, and you always hold out that hope. Hey, maybe I'm going to win the lottery, right? Maybe I'm going to beat these guys. But that's basically the odds against you. Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to a degree. And it's just, anyway, I hate to report it, but the folks have to know. Yeah. So. That's a wrap in sports. I'll have some more positive sports, hopefully, if I can find some, coming up a little bit later in the show.
All right. Well, thank you, Slick. And again, Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Use our code LFS6B at checkout and save yourself a ton of money. Hey, I know we were talking about the... we're going to do a lot of Biden stuff today because of this weekend, what happened, and, of course, what happened today with the administration, the regime, the Biden regime coming out and trying to basically, 1984 us. Give us the old, this is not the old man you're looking for thing. Come on, stop.
And you know what I don't get? Why is the Bamster part of this process? I thought he was retired.
Well,
Yeah. He's working Joe like a puppet.
right. He's Geppetto in this scenario.
Got his hand up the tailpipe, working him like a puppet.
But you were talking about, and we've had this discussion plenty of times. Who are they going to get to replace Joe Biden? Right? Because we all know if there's anybody less likable than Joe Biden, it's Kamala Harris.
Yep.
I mean, she's got to be the absolute worst. We pointed out that she was so bad she didn't even make it to the first primary.
Right.
Like she had that one moment of, oh my goodness, this could be our nominee when she called out Joe Biden on that first debate stage, and then she took a dump, basically like Joe Biden does these days in his pants.
Right.
Right? She was polling at like negative
Skim milk.
2%.
Not even.
Right.
Yeah.
So they cannot use her. But then they're in they got a problem. How do you pass over the first female black vice president and say you're not good enough to run for president?
You know what? They play the whole, you're a racist if you don't agree with us game. They're going to throw her under the short bus to get rid of her. They'll find something. Maybe Joe will step down and she can be the first female black, Asian, whatever. I don't know her breakdown or what she identifies as. But then they'll say, all right, but then you got to step down. We'll give you a seat on the Supreme Court.
Right. They'll have to buy her off,
They're gonna have
quote unquote, somehow. But here's that clip you were talking about, cut number 9. Here's Hillary Clinton, because you mentioned, it could be Hillary. We could be seeing the retread of Hillary Clinton making her way out, dressed in this, I don't know, maybe a
muumuu dress,
a doily or whatever the hell she was wearing. I think it was described by some as her grandmother's couch cushion.
Yeah, I think her
take a listen
must
to
have been
this.
Mrs. Roper from Three's Company.
What a great
Oh my God. Who dressed her, Jill?
Wow.
Oh my God.
Here she is at the Tony Awards.
Is that her hanging from the ceiling?
Now, I have stood on a lot of stages, but this is very special.
How special is
And
it?
I know a little bit about how hard it is to make change. So I'm extremely proud of this original American musical by Shana Taub. Now
it's funny.
two-time Tony winner.
Because she goes on a little long here.
Oh, really?
They start to play the music.
And of course, it is about some American originals, the suffragists who fought so valiantly for so long to give women in our country the right to vote. It's almost impossible to think about what a challenge that was. But now it's an election year, and we need to be reminded about how important it is to vote.
That's how you know your time is up.
That's how you know she's not going to win.
The company of Suffs.
Yes, the company of suck, and she points to herself.
Do you think people will give her a shot and vote for her over Biden?
I think she'll end up doing even worse than the first time.
They're not running up.
But Mrs. Roper, yes.
Mrs. Roper, that's a good
Yes.
I
Perfect.
love it.
Perfect. Hillary is your Mrs. Roper. If you don't know who she is,
Google it.
sorry, you're not as old as we are. Take
We
a
are
look.
old.
Yes.
We are old.
Take a look. You will agree. All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll do more on Frozen Joe. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Stay there.
Frozen Joe.
All right, we're live in the social media. I'm jumping on the X. I'm on the X. I'm going to jump in the X.
Are you?
I'm on the X.
I'm on the getter.
You're on the
the
getter.
getter.
I got to get over to the getter. Let me do the X first.
Facebook.
Correction here. All right, here we go. Howdy do. Howdy Twixers. I call them Twixers. I made it up.
Twixers.
Yes. Spread it around.
When is your guest
Micah
on? 9:30?
Trumpington says, yo, Delgado.
When is the guest on?
Maybe 9:30. I'm not sure. Actually, Farmer Brook, I was already on the Rumble.
Farmer Brook.
I was on the Rumble and the YouTube. So now I just got to the Twix.
You gotta love a guy like Farmer Brook, right? He's been watching this show for 5 years. He's a staple.
Is he?
Absolutely.
5 years?
Farmer Brook is. I remember him back when we were.
Did we even have a
when we were
chat
on
back
Facebook
then?
when we had like ridiculous numbers before they banned us for stupidity? You know, we used to have phenomenal numbers on that dopey thing. I hate Facebook for that. I really do.
And they hate us.
Yeah, well, of course they hate us.
So Sloan Dog wrote, except Mrs. Rober didn't have a large kill list.
Not that we know about.
Well, that's true.
Maybe that's what kept Mr.
Hey.
Roper in line.
No pun intended, right, Hillary? Roper? Think about it.
Ouch.
Talk about a hung jury, right? Did I say that? Good thing we're in the break.
So do you engage a lot with people in Facebook fights?
I'm on and off. I'll do it, then I'll stop, then I'll do it, then I'll stop.
Yeah, I'm the same. You know what? I stopped doing it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then this couple weeks ago, I posted the upside down flag.
Mm-hmm.
And I had all these
I remember that.
liberal jackasses
I remember
like,
that.
blah, 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 blabbering on about stupidity. And so this weekend, I finally responded because I'm like, if I respond now, right away, I'm going to get into each and every one, and I'm just going to unleash.
Right.
So I just picked out a few, and then I should have put a trigger warning on this photo.
Of course.
But I think I've had it. I think I've had it with. I don't care if you've been my friend for however long. If you're a liberal, go F yourself. I don't care anymore.
I don't
unfriend me. I don't care.
Yes. Uh-oh.
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Monday night. Slick Rick is, he's finally jealous of something somebody else is wearing.
Yeah.
And he's trying to figure out where Kevin got his shirt. He's like, I like this.
Oh, I like that shirt. Yeah. Kind of got Kevin's whole story on there.
Yeah.
I love it.
Or a good weekend.
A real good weekend.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
I love it. The color's great.
Kevin Downey Jr., of course, is joining us. You can catch him. Join him on his radio show. Or if you want to find out all about him and what he's doing, go to his website, KevinDowneyJr.show.com. He's got a nice hat he just put on. I told you Slick would like that hat.
Yeah.
His show is fantastic. I mean, fantastic radio. You know?
If you're just joining us, Slick went on his show earlier today, and they had a good time. And from what I understand, your listeners liked the Slick.
Loved him. Went nuts for him.
Well, I got a face for radio. You know that. Good stuff. I love radio.
So, of course, we'll do some more sports in just a little bit. But we were talking about, the replacement of Joe Biden. Now we've had this, we've got this bet going on with Damon and John Solomon. John Solomon really doesn't believe it. He's more with us. He just tells Damon that he
makes Damon happy. He feels bad for the guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But now they have this article. Like I said, I had this article from the Daily Mail, which I read part of it earlier to you about the replacement and what's going to be happening with Joe Biden, because it's a secret Democrat plot, it says here, according to the Daily Mail, on how they would do it. I got to a certain point, and then we started talking about, of course, who would be that person to replace Joe Biden. There ain't a lot of choices there, Kevin.
Well, it depends. And it might be a case that depends to boot.
But I mean, truly, they do not have, there's not one person people going, that's the natural successor for the Democrat Party. We need that person right now.
I think the dark horse in this that no one's really paying attention to right now is the Stretch and Gretchen Whitmer from Michigan. Oof. I think she's a little more popular with the Marxists than we think. I think everyone knows Gavin Newsom's a lizard person, and he's not going to work out. And I mean, they all are. But I think that people are sort of leaning, because Stretch and Gretchen Whitmer, she's not bad looking. She's a nice looking person and knows how to stand in front of a camera. Oh, do you see her getting question by CNN about Hunter Biden.
No.
And then a second time was, am I losing you? I can't hear you. I can't hear you discussing Hunter Biden's trial. So, but I think Hillary wants it.
Yeah. And you know what? You point to the clip that we just played, her showing up in the Tony Awards, kind of out of the blue. It's like, why would they have Hillary Clinton there? Like, okay.
She apparently threw a couple of bucks into one of these plays.
Oh, okay. There you go.
And I think that was just a big plan just to get her out there. Hey, what? Maybe she didn't even throw it. Maybe she pretended to. Maybe she threw him a little donation afterwards. But the timing is too creepy for me. I would watch for her. I think Michelle Obama is going to be a problem because people just vote for her just because. And that might be dangerous. But I think Biden is not going to run because he's going to lose.
Right.
And I think Trump would clown slap Hillary again. I think I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I don't even think it'd be close at this point, especially with everything that we've seen this week and over the past couple days. The latest being, of course, Joe Biden freezing up. Doctors reveal that the condition that could be behind Biden's bizarre freezing, another story from the Daily Mail, after the 81-year-old has a second statue moment in 1 week. Experts have voiced concern over Biden's series of odd freezing incidents over the past week. Most recently, the president's face and body appeared to freeze on stage at a fundraiser in Los Angeles. That's the one that happened Saturday night in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Biden stopped moving after his speech, stared blankly over the crowd for several seconds. And, of course, the video went freaking nuclear.
Yeah.
As soon as it happened. Yeah. And the White House is trying to paint this as, it's a deep fake, it's manipulated.
Yeah.
Except that there are 5 different camera phones from different angles showing the same exact thing. So here's cut number 2, Biden freezing up in Hollywood. Here's from one angle. Check this out. This is the one that I think is the most popular. As you see, he's frozen, and now, of course, every man does that to another man.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get out of here.
Who was that? The 3 Trimmers?
And watch. What's very important about this is watch when they get towards the back of the stage, where he puts his hand on his back, almost to push him.
Yeah.
Oh, you missed it in that one, but in the next video, which is going to be cut number 3, you can see it a little bit differently from a different angle, and it's almost like. And I've seen this when what they do with people that are old who are not moving. They kind of push them along.
Yep.
Here you go. Here's check it out for yourself. Here's cut number 3. Again, different angle. See things going on. Boom. Obama. Biden frozen. I don't know if Obama got a little chirp in his ear like, get him. He's not moving. Give a little tug. Here we go.
Whoa.
Applesauce is this way.
Yep.
Look at the
Here we
walk.
go, pop. Look at that shuffle. That is not a regular walking gait. Now watch when he gets him over here. Puts him right to the back. Kind of directs him. You see that?
Still doing it. He's still doing it.
Yes, directing him.
Joe, don't walk into the curtain.
That is stunning video. And again, that's just a different angle. And again, as Karine Jean-Pierre likes to claim, it's a deep fake or a cheap fake as she calls it. Mm-hmm. Here's cut number 5. Here's Karine Jean-Pierre trying to explain this away. This is not what you're seeing, ladies and gentlemen. It's not what you're seeing at all. Check this out.
There seems to be a sort of rash of videos that have been edited to make the president appear especially frail or mentally confused. I'm wondering if
wandering off from a
the White House
crowd
is especially worried about the fact that this appears to be a pattern that we're seeing more often.
Yeah, and I think you all have called this the cheap fakes video, and that's exactly what they are. They are cheap fakes video. They are done in bad faith, and some of your news organization have been very clear, have stressed that these right-wing critics of the president have a credibility problem because of the fact checkers have repeatedly caught them pushing misinformation, disinformation.
What's misinformation?
And so we see this, and this is something coming from your part of the world, calling them cheap fakes and misinformation. And I'll quote the Washington Post, where they wrote about this, and they said how Republicans use misleading videos to attack Biden in a 24-hour period. And to their
when he
credit,
falls
we
asleep
have
on his
a
head.
conservative Washington Examiner did call them out as well, calling out the New York Post. Ironically, several recent cheap fakes actually attacked the president for thanking troops. For thanking troops. That is what they're attacking the president for. Both in Normandy, this happened, and again in Italy. And I think that it tells you everything that we need to know about how desperate Republicans are here. And instead of talking about the president's performance in office, and what I mean by that is his legislative wins, what he's been able to do for the American people across the country, we're seeing these deep fakes, these manipulated videos. And it is, again, done in bad faith.
Believe me, if all of a sudden you saw Tom Cruise taking over the body of Joe Biden, that's a deep fake. What we're seeing is an old guy who is deteriorating rapidly before our eyes.
And you would think that you have the former president putting his arm around you. Wouldn't you return the favor if you were cognizant?
Right.
You'd say, okay, Kevin, I'd have my arm around you as well. I mean, if it was that. No, he's literally, like you said, leading him off the stage.
Yeah, that's what
There's no doubt about it.
It's a deep fake, boys.
But you shouldn't be showing that. That's
we're
propaganda.
right-wing knuckleheads. It's all us.
It's just amazing. And I've got a clip of Nicole Wallace that I'm going to play for you after the break.
Can't wait for that one.
She sounds like she's about to cry talking about this.
Really?
It's almost like they realize things are going bad. I don't know if we can keep lying about this.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? It's going to be crazy.
They cannot run this guy. I'm telling you. We talked about it today.
Watch for the new guy or the new girl. Who's it going to be?
You know what? There's one person who can stop Trump from taking away all those black votes, and it's Michelle Obama.
I don't know about that. I'll tell you why.
Okay. Really?
We'll come back. Stay there.
Ooh, I got it.
All right.
What'd you get? You got
That
a
is
gift?
our number one. I didn't even open it.
We got presents from.
Give it to me.
We got all kinds of. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody gave me a 1977 Sport magazine with my
Dr.
favorite basketball
J.
player that ever. Dr. J.
This is from May. May in Sturgeon Bay,
This is
Wisconsin.
fantastic. I gotta definitely shout this gentleman out. Him and his wife
from
watch the
Sturgeon Bay,
show.
Wisconsin, sent you this card, Slick.
Yes, beautiful
Did
card.
you read it?
Of course I read it, but you got a nice gift inside there.
It says LFS6B crew. Fran, thank you for keeping the show on the rails.
Yep.
I love your Friday monitor. She pays attention. Aaron, learn all you can from that man Fran. You have a great laugh.
That was nice.
We love Aaron's laugh.
Oh, it's priceless.
We can hear it through the walls.
We can. Delgado, thank you for picking up pizza every Friday.
Yes. Okay, let's get to me, because that's the most important thing to me.
Of course. You're the host.
Rick Delgado, the man with the theories, a thinker and a learner. I don't know about learning. Also, a bit of a pistachio.
Ooh.
You know why she says that? Because I'm
you're
the
nuts?
healthiest of nuts. I'm a pistachio.
You're a crack nut.
Slick Rick, sports with the bling. I'd love to see what colors you would combine with a white blazer, or go with black and white, or monochromatic.
I like monochromatic.
Interesting.
Yeah, a couple of jackets.
We'll save the David Zier thing for David Zier. Is Harry still here?
No, he's on the highway now.
No, he left.
He left. All right. I would read him what she said about him. Nothing about you, Kevin.
A card.
Sorry,
Did she
man.
send you a gift card?
I was left out.
What'd they say about who? You?
But what'd she give you? Did she give you a gift card?
Aaron, learn all you can from that man, Fran. You have a great laugh.
Right. But what about your
She's
card,
like, "Aw."
Rick? She gave you a card,
Yeah,
right?
she also sent a
What did
different.
she give you?
I hope there's money in
A
here.
gift card to Home Depot to buy a new naked hammer?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
She even like put the seal on it
She
so
put
nobody
the
else
seal.
could look into
I
it.
know. I tried to heat it up and look at what it was.
Oh my goodness.
What is
Is
it?
it a check?
Gift
I
card.
respond very well to
Oh, you got
checks.
a private note. Look
Oh
at
my
this.
God, it's a private note. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Monday night. Welcome to the program. Dish Network Channel 219, Pluto TV Channel 470, Samsung TV Plus Channel 1175. Make sure to also watch the show if you can on Distro TV or the Roku channel, whichever works best for you. And, of course, follow us on all the socials. Of course, when you do that, you can jump into the chats. We're in the Getter chat. The Getter chat is live all the time. Biggest group of people we got watching the show online. So if you want to join them, feel free. They're a great community. They're always welcoming. You also got the Twixers on X, on Twitter, right?
Yes.
Twitter, now X. I can't get away from the Twitter. Facebook, of course, we're there as well as YouTube. And the Rumblers in the Rumble chat. Make sure you visit them all. Or just find one and say, this is where my house is going to be. And build your community there in the live chat. KDC8915 is there in the Rumble chat. So is BWAG, describing Joe Biden as a cadaver in chief. pretty much.
That one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one right there.
Man, oh man. Oof. I think you can't. He's probably cold to the touch too, and he's still walking around.
Yeah,
that's the craziest part.
Is he still walking around the White House nude?
Probably.
A couple weeks ago, you had that too, right?
Yeah.
When I say commando in chief.
That was months ago. They were talking about that.
Yeah.
So you would think as this progresses,
there's something.
And I've heard people say it's more. They think it's more frontal lobe dementia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Right. That as the person deteriorates, there'll be more problems that I think they won't be able to hide, which is why they're going to have to hide him even more.
Yep. He's going to wet himself.
If he hasn't already.
Yeah. He might be wearing, like you said, it depends.
Yeah.
Got those. Costco, get the big box.
I don't think he's going to prevail this election year either.
No.
Yeah. Of course, Slick Rick is here. He's got sports. We'll do a sports segment with him in just a few moments. Kevin Downey Jr. sitting in. Again, if you're just joining us, Damon is out. Had another emergency surgery early this morning. Wishing him the best. Supposedly everything went well today, and part 2 of the procedure happens on Wednesday, so we send our best to him and his family, and we hope he pulls through. And if it goes as well as the first time, when this happened to his other eye, he should be back with us on Monday. So we could be looking having Big D, at least live from his home studio.
Yeah,
on Monday. So
I sure hope
fingers crossed for that. Slick Rick again. We got Sports Kevin Downey Jr. is here. Let's do some sports with Slick. Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to MyPillow.com. Use our code at checkout. Slick, what do you got for us? Do we have a score yet?
Well, yeah, just on the way there. It's Celtics 21-18 over the Mavericks. A little over a minute and a half to go in the first quarter, so a little bit more than just on the way. But 21-18, up by 3, looking to close it out. That's going to be a raucous crowd at TD Garden tonight in Boston. They want to close it and win it, and that's the place. You always want to win it at home if you can. But some people say, do they throw the games? No, they never throw a game, but they do play with the house money. We talked about this earlier on the show. But I think Boston does close it out tonight. I had Boston winning in 5 right out of the gate. Big D had said you were right on it when they were up 3-0, and I still felt they were going to win it in 5. I wasn't surprised Dallas won it the other night. And I also had Florida winning that Stanley Cup. I figured 5, maybe 6, but I think Florida will shut it down tomorrow night. So 24-18, Rick. They just hit another 3 to Celtics. So they are up by 6 points with 49 seconds to go in the first quarter. NCAA baseball, right? Men's College World Series, double elimination round. We have right now Texas A&M, number 3 Texas A&M, that would be beating Kentucky 5-0 in the bottom of the 6th. So Kentucky better get a couple of runs or that's going to be over. And then Florida, they defeated NC State earlier today, 5-4. The Seminoles playing really good ball, and that was in the Men's College World Series elimination game. So we're getting down to the wire as well in college baseball, which is great. These young men are unbelievable. A lot of these guys go on to be draft picks and end up, if they don't end up in the major leagues, they end up in the minor leagues, and they're making decent money in the minor leagues. Not great money, but decent money nowadays. So again, we'll keep track on that. Let's get to a little rodeo though from the weekend. We have the Adrian Newton Rodeo Days. This is Montreal Rodeo Grounds in Newton, North Dakota. Rick, have you ever been over to North Dakota?
No.
I've never been there either. It's a beautiful state. All-around cowboy, Tyler Byrne, $1,225 for steer wrestling and team roping. Bareback riding, well, we had a tie. Orrin Larson on Harper and Morgan Rodeos. Coe's Sippin' Firewater. And Rocker Steiner on Bailey Pro Rodeos. Little Bug, 86 points there. Steer wrestling, another tie. Billy Bolden and Landon Silverstein, 4.5 seconds. Team roping, Guy Howell and Ryle Karuchit. Nice Irish name there. 4.6 seconds, $2,700. Saddle Bronc, Ty Mackey, 82.5 points on Bailey Rodeos. Capone, enough said there. Tie-down roping, Trey Young, 9.9 seconds. Well, that was a long time there. Barrel racing, Summer Cosell, 14.5. I wonder if there's any relations to Howard Cosell. No, this with a K. But 4.54 seconds, not a bad time there. Bull riding, last but not least, Brody Hassensack, 85.5 points on Bailey Pro Rodeos. Iceman, $3,900. Total payout on this rodeo, $94,561 buckaroos. NASCAR, we had Ryan Blaney captures inaugural cup race at Iowa. Fox Sports News. Newton, Iowa. Ryan Blaney saw a win slip through his hands 2 weeks ago when he ran out of gas with about 1.5 miles remaining. That was crazy. I remember that. But he had all the fuel and certainly the speed he needed Sunday night to capture the inaugural cup race at Iowa Speedway. The Team Penske driver is coming off a championship season, and he seems to be handling disappointments better this year now that he has a championship ring. A lot of last year taught me just trying to get better at the ups and downs through the week and not just beat yourself up with things, Blaney said, as his first victory of the season locked him into the 2024 playoffs. So good old Ryan Blaney with the big win over the weekend in the great state of Iowa. We love Iowa, Rick. You know we love Iowa. And that's a wrap in sports for this segment. I'll give you a little bit more. We'll update you on those scores a little bit later on the NBA Finals as well. We're getting closer to a champion, I believe, tonight.
All right, very good. And again, Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout. Jumping back to the Trump-Biden presidential campaign, which, even though they haven't... I guess gone through the whole, the convention process. We pretty much know it's right now, at least, until next week, because the debate is next week. It's the 27th. Right now, according to these polls, and I'm not a big fan of polls. I think I've told you. I think David Zier is, he loves the polls. But they kind of give you an indication, I guess, if people are being honest.
Right.
So, according to this 2024 The Economist forecast, chance of winning a new high for President Trump at 72%.
And I bet that's low. Who can look at... Okay, we just saw... she was murdered last year. Rachel Morin?
Yes, who was just murdered... I guess over the weekend.
I think she was murdered last year. They just caught the guy over the weekend.
Or they just caught him, right?
A mother of 5, raped and murdered. Left on a trail. And how many more? People are going to go, wait, that could be my mom. That could be my sister. And there's way more than make the mainstream news. I write about once a week or so. I'll do a illegal immigrant murder update or assault update, and I'll bang them out. There's 2 a week easily. They're not always murders, but they're always bad.
Right. And that's just the ones we hear about.
Yeah.
Right? And they're the ones that still haven't been solved yet, that they're still looking for whoever killed this person. Yes. The bottom line is these are all bodies that are piling up on the doorstep of the White House because of this president and his policy of an open border. It's an open border policy.
And he knows it's going to happen, and he'll take it because he wants the votes. And we saw today, I don't know if you guys saw this, when you sign up for welfare in 49 out of 50 states, you get a voter registration card.
Yeah.
And you don't have to prove you're a citizen.
Yeah, you just have to mark off, yes, I'm a citizen.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
No validation.
No
screening.
Nothing at all.
No nada.
Nope.
No nada.
Nothing. But again, we go back to what are we seeing from this president? Aside from the garbage policies that they, Karine Jean-Pierre is like, oh, he's done more. He's done more to destroy this country in 3.5 years than anybody has ever
Jimmy
done.
Carter.
Right? That's basically, that's their talking point.
Yep.
Here she is talking about Karine Jean-Pierre, talking about the situation with a reporter regarding Barack Obama and Italy's Giorgia Meloni having to escort Joe Biden, having to get a hold of him because Pop was wandering, right? He was close to just wandering off and hurting himself.
Yep.
Here she is in cut number 6, answering those questions. Answering the questions or just lying? You be the judge. Check this out.
There were 2 instances in recent days where leaders, former President Obama and Giorgia Meloni of Italy, they physically put hands on the president to guide him and show him, give stage directions. Are they doing that on their own, or has anybody asked them to run the show like that?
First of all, let me spoke to the most recent, right?
Let me spoke.
And as we saw on Saturday, President Obama's office put out a statement. So I would refer you to that statement about what was being accused in those by others. And he said this did not happen in the sense of what people were saying they were seeing, right? Or what was being falsely reported that they were seeing. Let's not forget, President Obama, President Biden have a relationship. They are friends. They're like family.
Right. That's why Joe put his arm around
and I think
him.
that's what you saw.
They hate each other.
You saw the president put his hand on the back of President Biden, and they walked off the stage after taking questions or at an event taking questions from Jimmy Kimmel. That is what you saw.
Yeah,
she is having a problem keeping that story straight. You nailed that, Rick.
Right.
You're exactly
she's
right.
She's having trouble, because it's just lies. She's just lying and lying and lying. There's no way she can't. She can't get around it.
No
lies.
And just a new word, cacodemon. She's a cacodemon. She has no compunction whatsoever. She can look at people and know she's lying. And I just want to use my new word, cacodemon.
Did you make that up, or is
no? It's a real word.
It's a real word.
Yeah.
All right. So mark it down in your.
Where is it in the Urban Dictionary?
I found it in Word Hippo.
But
that's urban, all right.
But that's basically what we're being treated to by this administration is a constant stream of don't believe what your eyes and don't believe what your ears are telling you. It's 1984 in real life.
Yep.
Right? We're gonna divorce you from reality, and we're gonna tell you this is what you see. It's almost like the economy, argument that they make. People just don't know how good they're doing in this economy, Kevin. They don't realize how great they have it.
I'm so fortunate to be able to fill up my gas tank for $64 now instead of it's actually so here on Long Island, and I'm a gas nut. I'm a gas price psycho.
You're one of those?
So is Delgado.
Are you really?
A different kind of gas, yeah.
It's up 44 to 50% on any daily basis. So, and everything we eat has to be driven, and that'll be either in gas or diesel. Everything goes up when the price of gas goes up.
Yeah.
It doesn't go down. Once it goes up, it usually stays.
Right. The price of those products. Right.
Yeah.
They won't adjust it. It's just the lies just keep on coming.
They do.
They just have to keep lying because of those people we talked about earlier that'll just sit there and go, yes, exactly right. They're very good friends. They've been friends. He was his vice president before he became president.
And that's why he put his arm around Obama, too.
I put my arm around people I like all the time. I do.
Yeah.
He's going to wander into traffic. They got to keep an eye on him.
Your mouth to God's ears.
All right, we're live in the chat. Live in the chat. Man, oh man. Take the survey. Is Joe Biden ruining the country? Birch Gold. All right. I can do that.
I'm going to go to YouTube.
All right. You know, I got this weird story that kind of popped up that I noticed.
What's that?
It's a JFK Jr. story.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
I saw that.
Are you sure? You know which one I'm talking about?
The one where it could be a murder-suicide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Why now?
That was very weird. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Just saying.
What was a murder-suicide?
All right, so what are we doing, Birch Gold? Okay. Thank you much.
What was a murder-suicide with JFK?
JFK Jr.
Oh, wow.
With the plane. Saying he intentionally killed himself.
And his wife.
And his wife, who was a big cocaine
And his
user.
sister-in-law was on the plane, too,
and
right?
his wife was now a cocaine head. It's like, what?
Wait a minute.
Why are they going after him
So
now?
why does that... Doesn't make any sense.
Makes no sense.
No. Why would you... No.
I don't get it.
Like, where does that
He was
story
too
even
smart
come
of a kid. No way he would have did that. I don't believe that for one bit. Sorry.
I'm in Facebook. There's a chat in Facebook. My friend Bobby.
Yeah, there is. But you can't find it?
Let's check.
You're not really good at this.
So so bad at it.
Got to get the girl to do it.
Yeah, you got to get your girl to do it for you. All right, well, you know what that music means. Sounds a little depressing. I mean, we have had some monumental news that no one is talking about that could be depressing. For the first time in our history, the interest we pay on the national debt has surpassed every individual budget item except Social Security. That's right. The U.S. now spends more on the interest of our debt, the money that we owe, than on national defense or even Medicare, and it's only getting worse as big government continues to spend like the drunken sailors that they are. That's why savvy investors, central banks, and concerned savers are turning to gold. Gold! Something not tied to the inflated U.S. dollar. You, too, can do that with the help of Birch Gold. For over 20 years, Birch Gold Group has helped thousands of Americans protect their savings by converting an IRA or 401k to an IRA in physical gold. To learn more, text America to 989898 and claim your free no-obligation info kit on gold from the Birch Gold Group. They've built a trust and have thousands of happy customers with their education-first approach. They've earned the trust of many, and their countless 5-star reviews say it all, so make sure you reach out to them, the Birch Gold Group. All you got to do is text America to 989898. That's America to 989898 for the Birch Gold Group. Find out how they can help you convert to gold. So take care of that. And, Kevin was talking about gas prices. I noticed they did go down for a couple days, but I think that was remember last month they talked about emptying New York's gasoline reserve?
Oh.
Yep.
So that's probably a result of that.
Yeah.
And it'll bump up once I probably just past July 4th.
Of course. Yep. It's going to go up for summer vacations and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
But I believe the strategic reserves are a little lighter now than they were 6 months ago. Just in time for the big China attack. 50,000 of their people here. What could go wrong, I say? Twice a week now, they're finding the knuckleheads trying to get onto our bases or snooping around taking pictures. Twice a week now. Nothing to see.
Yeah, and China's buying farmland close to these bases as well.
And
we've
not
documented those stories. Yeah, and they're not doing any farming. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're just kind of hanging out, being Chinese.
Being Chinese. Being Chinese spies. I wish we could chase the spies, but Joe Biden ended the Trump-era China initiative, which let us chase the Chinese spies. He said he did it because it is, and I quote, racist.
Yes.
You chase those Chinese spies.
Everything is racist from a guy who has a history of being racist.
You know what? Let me throw this one down, gentlemen. See if
All right.
What do you guys think?
Here we go.
We've heard nothing from the left other than the GOP wants to keep black folks from voting. They're not going to let you vote. But now that so many black people are voting for Trump, I say they're going to throw a monkey wrench into black voting. What do you think?
How so?
Either with a ridiculous disinformation campaign, which I expect anyways. Trump's racist,
Well, yeah.
Trump's racist, Trump's racist.
Yeah.
Or, how else could they do it? I wouldn't put it past them. But there's no way to single out a group of... I know they say the GOP is doing, well, the GOP won't let the black people vote, and you can't do way down in the South. You can't. None of it's true. None of it's true. But they can't keep folks from voting, but they will try to dissuade them from voting, I'm going to say.
Well, yeah, they've
lost them.
They're going to try to dissuade them from voting. They're going to try to say, well, this, that, and the other thing. He hates black people. By the way, do you realize that? And he's been holding you down. He's the reason why you can't can't achieve anything. Meanwhile, cut number 11 I've got here. Donald Trump doing something that neither Joe Biden or the left's own deity Barack Obama ever did. That started up in the hood in the South Bronx, where he went into the hood, and now he did it again in Detroit.
Yep.
Check this out. Cut number 11.
President Trump, I'm so humbled that you would be here. President Obama never came to the hood, so to speak, right? President Joe Biden, he went to the big NAACP dinner, but he never came to the hood. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor. Very humble, really nice. Thank you. My honor.
And listen to that crowd.
Yeah.
That's not your MAGA rally crowd. That's a crowd of the community people for this small area in Detroit.
Yep. My hometown, and I can tell you it's not MAGA country where they're hanging out downtown at Cobo Hall.
You mean Jussie Smollett won't be found there?
He will not be found there. You know what they can do? They can do what they did to Kerry Lake in Arizona. They can shut down machines in a part of the country where they think a lot of black folks are going to vote for Trump. Remember how in the conservative, they could easily do that.
Well, see, and that's another thing I'm hearing is that, that they're finding... Have you heard about the Puerto Rican elections? Now they're finding, we've got all these problems with the Dominion voting machines. And, they've got a bunch of issues with that problem with the voting machines down in Puerto Rico. There was a big article on it, and now they're going to look into doing other things. And this I think is going to push us towards what Trump has talked about. Just do paper ballots. You can't hack paper.
Can't hack
right?
paper.
You can hack a machine. They keep telling us, well, the machines don't go online, but they end up online.
Yep.
Why do they end up online? Well, they got to do updates.
Yep.
That's not the only thing getting updated. Believe it or not. It's not the software.
Yep. You know what else I heard today? When the FBI, CIA, by the way, I'm completely non-suicidal, when they were shutting us down on Facebook and whatnot, one of their top words to search for was Dominion.
Really?
And if you had written, if you're Rick Delgado, these Dominion machines are crap, they were on you.
Wow.
One of their top, that COVID vaccination, I think. Those top three.
Yeah. Big Brother's watching.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see it too.
Now, in terms of, so if it's not going to be Hillary, right? Let's get back to this because, again, they have to do something.
Yeah.
He's freezing out in public. It's happening. It happened a few times, 3 or 4 times last week alone. Yep. There was a clip that I saw of Joe Biden. This was after Giorgia Meloni, the Prime Minister of Italy, went and got Joe Biden, right? He saluted her. I don't know if you saw that video. Mm-hmm. We played it. He salutes her. I don't know why. She's not part of the military, but she's getting a salute. She's there standing in a white, white pantsuit. Maybe he thought she was an admiral. I don't know. But then they show him leaving her and joining the other leaders.
Yeah.
Right? And you see this look on his face. Look on his face is a guy who almost looks terrified that he doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't know where he is.
Yes.
And everybody's rushing past him, and he's just slowly, methodically plodding along, scared. He looked scared.
He does. And it's, you know what? At some point, it's elder abuse. It's nothing but elder abuse to make him go through this. Karine Jean-Pierre is saying that it's deep state fakes or whatever.
Right.
But then how is she going to say 2 months from now, well, yeah, I lied about that. We're taking him down. We're taking him. He's gone. We're going to take him out.
Right.
She's digging the hole deeper. But again, they'll just say, the people who listen to her will just say, Well, yeah, it's time for him to go. But what about when she just lied and said those were fakes? Oh, yeah, we believe that too, but now it's time. They're never going to hold their own side to account.
And again, it goes back to those people who will they hold on to their belief system. Yep. That belief system is there. They are not, you can't budge them from it, because if that goes away, it's like the Matrix. All of a sudden, boom, you start to see everything.
Yep.
And they don't want that.
No.
They like being in their bubble. They like being
comfy.
Hey, this is it. Everybody's good. Everybody is safe. I don't have to. They don't want to worry about anything.
Right. And remember, Obama accused right-wingers, they just want to cling to their God, their guns, and their...
Right.
No, it's them.
They always,
the whole time.
They always accuse you of what they are actually doing. And it's a mind F. But once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Exactly.
So, we got just a couple more clips we'll get to regarding because there's a great clip of Karine Jean-Pierre where she actually stops lying. She can't do it anymore. She runs out of lie, and she has to pivot to something else. Once you see it, you'll be like, oh, my goodness. And then I'll show you Nicole Wallace, who almost cried.
Oh, yeah. We promised that earlier.
Yeah, I know, and I totally forgot. Let's go. All right, we'll do that in a bit. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Monday night. Stay there.
I'll have to get in. Well, I'll get in.
Okay. What happened to him?
What?
What happened to his eye?
He's got some, I guess,
retina?
Before it becomes a detached retina, it goes through this process, and you can stop it from detaching if you get to surgery and they do this surgery on it.
Oh. Wow.
Are you going to try the guest?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Whatever you say, Aaron.
Was it Jim Thorpe?
Emmons, whatever. I do what I want.
How was your Father's Day yesterday, Rick? They do anything nice for you?
It actually sucked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, the kids were busy?
We just had, shit happen.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what, let's just do
this whole month has been, weird. It just hasn't been a good month. I've had about 2 or 3 people that passed away that I was indirectly connected to. I mean, all in 2 weeks. And then, Hannibal passing. It's just, I don't know. It's, it's a weird vibe. I don't know what it is. I hope this brighter day is coming towards the end of this year, because we need a good election, man.
Yeah.
We need a good election. It'll change it all. It really will.
This country needs
a friend of mine from Vegas is walking.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I got to shout out a couple of people next time I get on here. Some nice things that they sent us.
All right, so we have the doc is on.
Oh, good.
Dr. James Thorpe, Chief of Maternal and Prenatal Health at the Wellness Company.
Yeah, he's good.
TWC. Do. Like on Facebook, I just started accepting all these friend requests.
You should.
When douchebag